everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, what I'm going to be chatting about is, do you ever wake up and open your wardrobe and feel so stressed out that there's so much crap in there? Not only is it like emotionally stressful when you have everything just thrown around your room, if you think about how much money you've spent on those things that you actually don't even wear. And this is something that I did recently. I got rid of 50% of everything that was in my wardrobe, and it massively changed how I viewed things. So I wanted to talk through the 8 things that I found that were incredibly helpful for me by doing this exercise, not only from like a physical point of view of getting rid of stuff, but also how it made me feel about the money that I had spent on all those things that I never wore. So these are the 8 things. Let's get into it. The first thing is something called the 80-20 rule. Basically what it means is, of all the things that you own, you mainly use only 20% of it. And if you think of the wardrobe and the clothes that you wear, do you mainly just use a small percentage of those clothes, like the same t-shirt that you love or the same 3 pairs of jeans that you always have in rotation, and then everything else is just like not used or pushed to the side? So this, of course, is the 80-20 rule, and it's something that's really valuable when you want to like clear out your stuff and really only hang on to things that you really wear all the time and that you love. And this was a massive, life-changing thing when I did this. Now, I got rid of about 50% of my wardrobe, so it doesn't have to be an 80-20 split. It can be 70-30 or 50-50. So if you wear, half of your clothes and you don't wear the other half, you can just get rid of the stuff you don't wear. The second thing that I found by clearing out all of this stuff is that I only kept things that really fit me perfectly. Now, I'm fairly simple. I'm a t-shirt, jeans kind of person, but I was definitely getting into this thing where if I bought something and it was a little bit too big, I was just like, oh, it's fine, I'll just keep it and wear it or whatever. And I never did wear it. So the stuff that I kept behind is just things that A, is really comfortable for me, or B, just really fits me well. And this, of course, is a really good mentality to not waste money on things that kind of fit, or, jeans are about 3/4 way up, but not quite fitting. To really be mindful of how you present yourself to the world, I suppose, but also what makes you feel good as a person. Now, I, of course, am very basic with my clothes. You might be very, different and have a different style, and that's cool. It's not about getting rid of the style or getting rid of who you are as a person. Of course, keep that sentiment and keep that style that you have, but really analyze, hey, is there a lot of crap in here that I am just buying because it's trendy, but I'm not actually wearing it? And are you being very wasteful of your money there? The third thing then kind of links in with the second point, and it was about online shopping. So what I found when I cleared out my wardrobe is I had stuff in there from online shopping that were in, still had the same tags on, or were still in the bags, from ASOS or whatever. And I was just A, too lazy or too busy to return them. And of course, this is a waste of money, but also it's incredibly wasteful as well. Of course, I didn't bin the clothes, I gave them to a charity shop, but still, it's like, hopefully someone else can wear them because they're pretty much brand new. But, imagine that situation for yourselves. Do you have things in your room, in your home, that you bought and never even wore? So online shopping, I would say to try and steer clear of it if you can do. It is, can be very detrimental to your wallet. I have done a video on this, on emotional spending recently, which I'll pop up here if you guys want to have a look at that. Because sometimes when this happens, especially with online shops, is that we buy stuff because we're in a state of stress, or we're feeling unhappy, or it's the time of the month and you just want like a boost of dopamine. I think when you step away from online shopping and only buy stuff that's meaningful or needed for you, or things that you absolutely love, then of course you will save money as well as having less stuff around. Number 4 then is to really focus on the basics. So for me, what I found was that I had an awful lot of colors that I don't even wear. And what I found was that the stuff that I mainly wore were blacks, whites, grays, earthy colors, like basics basically. So I know I'm not a fucking fashion channel and I don't have a clue about fashion, right? But what I want to say is there is something to be said about a capsule wardrobe and only having basic colors, or colors that complement each other. Because if you have, a bright orange top and then, I don't know, a bright green fucking trousers, they're not going to go together. So try and find things that will work with each other, and that you can wear this t-shirt with, the 3 other jeans that you have in your wardrobe, and not have things that clash too much, because then of course you're going to fall into that thing of just buying more stuff so that they complement each other. So try and have a bit of a capsule wardrobe, because it will help your mentality when you wake up in the morning. You know what to choose because everything goes with each other, and also you save money. Win-win. So the fifth point is I felt less stressful. Opening my wardrobe now, I can see exactly what I have. It's all hanging up. Whereas before I could barely close my wardrobe because I had, stuff falling out the top. I had things rammed in the back. I had jumpers, I had hoodies, I had stuff from like 10 years ago that I thought, oh, it's still okay. I should still be able to wear this, so I'll keep it. Whereas now it's a lot more clean, it's a lot more thoughtful, and it's a lot less stressful when you go into your room to try and get ready, okay? It's about that emotional state of getting rid of things that you don't use and just being very mindful of how you want to be rather than rushing around, spending time trying to find that one top at the back of your wardrobe. It's, saved my headspace, saved some stress, and of course, I feel like I've got more clothes now that are more suited to my style and personality rather than holding on to things because you feel like, oh, I might wear it someday, and you never ever do. So number 6 then is of course decision fatigue. So this is something that you may have heard, the Facebook founder talk about, and lots of big CEOs do this, where they often have, the same item of clothing in their wardrobe, like the same black t-shirt but 5 times, okay? Or the same pair of jeans 5 times. And what this is they don't want to have to think about another thing that day, make another decision, so they just have the same clothes they wear every day. Now, of course, that is very extreme, and you don't want to have to go too extreme, follow your own style and everything like that. But I do see the upside of not having to stress so much about when you want to decide what to wear. And of course, my cat agrees, she's in the background. But this can be, a bit of a weight off in the mornings, especially if you've got a busy job or if you have to run out the door at 7 a.m. You don't want to have to make another decision about what to actually wear if everything complements each other and you've got less of a wardrobe to pick from. Number 7 is a bit of a killer. So I added up mentally in my head all of those items of clothing that I binned, aka gave to a charity shop. I didn't actually bin them. But it racked up to about £325 of items that I never wore. In there was a leather jacket that was worth £150. That's what I paid for it anyway. And I literally wore it once. And when I was in the shop, it was a really nice color. The lighting was different. And, I thought I would get loads of wear out of it. But realistically, when I brought it home, it was too big for me. The color didn't actually really suit my pale skin without makeup. And it just wasn't something that fit me right with my other clothes. So things like this, when you really think about it, oh my God, I wasted £325 on all these items that I never bloody wore or only wore once or twice. That's a bit of an eye-opener. And I did a bit of maths here. So if I was to have invested that £325 of clothes that I never really wore and put it into S&P 500 and left it there until I retired, I would have tenfolded my money, which is so frustrating. So again, a bit of an eye-opener that, hey, money is actually very important here, and what you do with it can set you up in a better state if you use it more wisely. Now, of course, I'm not saying don't spend money on clothes. I, of course, like to buy things every now and again, of course. But I guess it's just a bit of a reminder to be a bit more thoughtful about where your money is going, and could that money be used elsewhere in a better place? Number 8 then, what I found was that quality wins over quantity, of course. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to shop in crazy expensive shops, but quality can be found in, of course, charity shops, second-hand shops. I bought a Whistles t-shirt for £8, and in the shop, Whistles is quite expensive over here in the UK. And also I found, 100% wool jumpers in charity shops as well that are in pretty good nick. Now, of course, try and find things that actually fit you and that you're actually going to wear for the long term, because if you buy things of quality, you're going to buy less stuff overall in your lifetime, because a quality jumper is going to last you, a few years really. And especially if it's in, very kind of grounded or earthed colors, you're going to use it more often. It's going to work with more stuff. So you're going to spend less money there in the long term. But also keep an eye out, like if you don't have any coat at all, right? I'm not saying this for the shopaholics watching, but if you have no coat at all and you feel like you really want a Mac that you can use in spring and summer times and use it all the time, then of course wait till the Black Friday sales, buy stuff in another season. So if you want a summer jacket, buy it in the winter, because of course they're trying to get rid of stock in those stores, and you'll get, those seasonal items a lot cheaper if you buy in another season. So of course, only really think about what you need. Don't buy excessively. Of course, that emotional spending video, I'll pop it up here again if you want to have a look at that, if you feel like that's a bit of a problem for you. But I'm talking about things that you actually need, and to build stuff around quality, things you'll use for the long term, things that will last. and to have a less stressful environment when you go in, and you can start your day quicker because you know what you're going to wear, and all around save more money. So if you guys are in that stressful zone, tell me about it. What is it like for you? Have you tried to clear out your wardrobe, or have you tried to get rid of other stuff in your apartment or house to make you feel more at ease? And if you guys want more, money tips and personal finance lifestyle tips, I tend to post 2 videos a week, so do subscribe if you're interested, but no pressure. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. See you soon.